The button. All right. Welcome to our Winners Wednesday episode. I am really excited to welcome one of our newest agent partners, Miss Alex Wheeler. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I
Thank you.
heard you just got a listing this morning. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes, it
She's
goes
like,
live tomorrow.
I'm in the car. This is my office. You're right. So that shows that you're out working, which is great. So I love it because I very much worked out of my car for a very long time. So I understand. So Alex, I know that you're fairly new to our Legacy Builders group within eXp Realty, but and also fairly new to the real estate industry. But you're absolutely killing it. So I'd love to share with the world your story. Do you mind just kind of talking a little bit about your background and then how you got into real estate?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much too. I'm honored to be able to do this on here with you. So thank you. So a little bit of backstory about me. I actually bought a property back in 2018 with my husband. We have kiddos as well. We have now 4. At the time, we had 3.
Oh my
And
gosh, you got your hands full.
yeah, so we actually bought just raw land, and we actually did not know that we had options. We were told by one individual that a mobile home would probably be the best way of going about it. And later I found out that I had options. And I was like, I wonder if there's people out there that actually don't know they have options that need to be educated. And so I started investigating on what I needed to do to help educate people. So now I am in real estate. I got licensed back in 2020 before the pandemic, before everything got crazy. And it was mostly just, I want to educate myself and learn as much about real estate as possible so that when people come to me asking about my story, I can actually help them in knowing that when you do buy raw land, like you can build a home and it might take 6 months, but that is an option. There's also different type of financing options that you can have. And that's really what I love to do in real estate. So that's what I specialize in.
Well, I think that's interesting that you say that because, like I said, you have, as real estate agents, we're held to a higher standard and we've got to continually get educated because there's always new products out there, to help the consumer. And so I really appreciate you mentioning that. And it's amazing to me. And we do this Winners Wednesday interviews every single week and how many people have actually gotten into real estate because of the experience that they've had. So hopefully through all the training that, we have through EXP and the Legacy Builders Group, and then agents really just sharing and collaborating, then that can just really help continue to higher the standards. Now, I hear a little one in the background. I really want you to talk a little bit because, by the way, I got licensed, I have 2 kids, not 4 like you, so you definitely have your hands full. But I got licensed 2 weeks before I had my oldest son. And, very much understand kind of that work-life balance of being a mom, taking kids to showings and listing appointments. So for maybe some moms that are out there that want to get their license or they're already licensed and they don't know how to juggle that, I mean, what advice would you have for them?
Time management.
Actually doing a video on that today. That's interesting.
So the biggest thing, okay, one and boundaries. Okay, boundaries is a really hard one. And when you think of boundaries, you're always thinking like, ooh, I don't know, maybe boundaries is like, that's a tough subject to talk about. But I'm a mom first, a mom and a wife first. My husband's oil field, so he's gone 2 weeks and home for a week. So I do have, to juggle a big schedule on my plate, with my family. However, time management leads that in such a big way. So with EXP, which is got so many trainings that I've gone to already since I've joined. One of the things that I recently learned was prioritizing your calendar in a way that is most important, even if it's just chores around the house. 15 minutes, take one little time block in your calendar to put 15 minutes, and that's chores and chores only, and that's a non-negotiable. Making sure that you set those boundaries, knowing what is a priority to you and to your family and your work is going to make or break whether or not you're successful in this.
Yeah, no, and I really appreciate you saying that because like what your priorities are may be different than mine and vice versa, right? I know for me, always having a clean home and kind of have an OCD background, if you will, that's really important. And I almost have to have the house all kept before I can start working. So I just realized I need to get up a little bit earlier to do that because mentally I know that that bogs me down. And I was actually talking to one of my friends who's another top influencer with EXP here in Puerto Rico. And she was saying the same thing. I'm like, all right, so I'm not crazy. But I don't know about you. I remember when my kids, I almost like forced them to take a nap every day at the same time, not only to maintain a schedule, but I was like, it was on when they took a nap. I was like, this is when,
Yeah.
and I probably got more done in that just 2 hours as a mom superpower than, somebody the whole day. But that goes back to being very intentional, right? So do you feel like because you have kids and you're managing that right now in your life, does that almost give you like this superpower where you really don't take time for granted?
Oh, I absolutely agree with that 100%. I do believe that because they're pushing me, well, I do this for them. We all know that, we have our families that we do this for. And so having them behind me to push me to get the job done really does keep me intentional on my time. Another thing is not just having a busy hour, but having an intentional hour also helps. Yeah, that is so true. Yeah.
I love it. So, Alex, I mean, you've only been licensed since 2020. Obviously, we had this explosion of a market. And then even now with the market shift, you're still doing extremely well. What would you say has been the key to your success?
The key to my success is not giving up. It gets challenging. This is not an easy industry to be in. We know that. But as long as you are consistent and you know what you want and you cannot have it in your head that there is any other job out there that you can have. If you're in real estate and you do want to make this a job, you want to make sure that it's in your head to move forward.
Absolutely. And so for anybody that's watching this, go ahead and give us a like, a heart. I see that we've got a couple likes. If you've got a question for Alex and want us to get to it, go ahead and comment below. Alex, I really appreciate you doing this, and I'll try to keep it short and brief because I know that you're working and you've got a little one in there. So let's now talk about, you recently joined the Legacy Builders Group at EXP Realty. Obviously, you were extremely happy with your previous brokerage. What made you make that switch now to EXP?
Yeah, so EXP is a virtual business. I'm working in my car right now as we speak. Who does that? Who can say I'm just going to jump on my meeting? Literally, my listing is around the corner and I just opened up my laptop and here I am. So having the virtual capabilities of being able to work from literally anywhere has really opened up that success for me in this business. So that one is going to be another thing. The trainings. Oh my gosh. It's so good to know that there's other people out there that know that this industry better than I do, that are willing to share what they know to help me. So having top producers, people, icons, in this industry, sharing their secrets and their successes I think that's incredible. That's great.
Absolutely. And that's honestly, I don't think that's one of the things that we don't talk about enough is the training, especially right now with the market shift. I mean, this is the time to double down. And so with the training, as you just mentioned, for those that don't know what an icon agent is, this is really like the top 1% of the industry, not agents that are not productive, that are sharing their best practices every single day, not necessarily in your market, which is, Oklahoma City metropolitan area. And so they don't see you as necessarily competition, but also their shareholders of the brokerage. So they want to see it do well, meaning they want you to do well. And so I think that just creates a different collaborative environment that I've seen at many other brokerages. And so I agree with you, Alex. I think the training is something that we don't talk about enough. Even as an EXP agent to today, I still have to pinch myself. So I know one of your goals is to start building out a team and bringing on agents and creating your own group. So what does that look like for you at EXP?
Yes, ma'am. So building the foundation is going to be the best thing. So whenever you have a really, really solid foundation to build on, then you start with the production, because you want to be able to provide value to whoever I bring onto the team. So starting with the foundation, making sure that I have that solid, building up my production and providing a value to them, and then being able to hire on people is going to be my plan. So
Awesome. Well, I have no doubt that you're going to kill it and you're going to continue to do well. And just for the little time that I've known you, I've really enjoyed, seeing your work ethic, and it's absolutely incredible. Actually reminds me a little bit of the days that I was in your shoes. So it's good to see that. Alex, is there anything else that you want to share, maybe with other agents that got licensed right around the same time? Because as you know, that was not necessarily a normal market the last couple of years. And I know that you've quickly started to learn and adapt and train for that market shift. But what about agents that are kind of stuck right now? What advice would you have for them?
yeah, so come to all the trainings that you possibly can. You may not think that you can get something out of it. So one little thing that I like to do whenever I'm in a training is, if I'm taking notes, at the very bottom of the page, I'm going to put takeaway, and I want to have one thing at least that I take away from that whole entire training, because I don't want it to be a waste of time, And so
Right.
I will implement that week that one takeaway in some way, somehow, into my real estate business. So writing all the notes, having a takeaway, writing that down and implementing it into your business, that is super helpful.
I love that. And I love that you write it down, because it's proven that if you write it down, you're going to retain it a lot more. And then you take it a step further and you write, what am I going to take away? What am I going to change in my business today? And it doesn't have to be 10 different things. It could be 1, 2, or 3, usually no more than 3. So you actually implement them. So I absolutely love that. Alex, for agents that are watching this, whether it be live or recording, and they want to learn from you, they want to work with you and learn about joining your group here at EXP, what are the best ways for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can reach me by cell phone, email. My phone number is 405-590-5613, and I can always provide that information. And then also, wheelersellsok@gmail.com is also a great way to get a hold of me. And on
Awesome.
Facebook.
And on Facebook. I love that. And we'll make sure and tag you on Facebook as well. Thank you so much, Alex. I know that you've got a busy day ahead of you, and say thank you to the little one back there for letting me steal you away for 15 minutes. I really, really do appreciate you. And as you know, if there's anything that we can do to help support your growth, please let us know. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.